Hello, hello. How does it go? What is up, Buttercup? Confirmation. Boom, out of there. Anyways, we're going to do a quick short read. Y'all know I haven't been on here for a while, but I had to pull my energy back because you know how it is when you have people that are in low vibration and you got to pull your energy back. Keep moving forward. So let's get into this small read. I am going to be live more, but on this fantastic Friday, just pushing along, right? So let's find out what the message is. What do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know? Ooh. All right. I can already see how this is going. Communication. All right. Bear with me. Getting it. It's coming out. So, first and foremost, I see the number 7 and 1010. So it's about having faith, having hope that God and the angels are watching out for you as you're battling through something very, very harsh right now. You're persevering forward, but a lot of you are making some rushed decisions, which is creating this conflict. Okay, the 10 of Wands is creating this conflict. It's you, or the 10 of Swords, excuse me. 10 of Swords. It's you feeling some type of defeat or loss, okay? You've been battling some type of defeat or loss. And during this Mercury retrograde, a lot of you could be feeling that, but just know God and the angels, there's 1010. God and the angels are coming through and saying, look, some of you are going through a very massive, massive awakening. You're having a rebirth, a renewal, but there's some type of communication that you're supposed to be paying attention to. And you haven't been doing that, right? During your awakening, you're starting to see things that you've never seen, felt, or heard before, right? But this, about the 8 of Wands, this is you making this change, you making this movement. You have to battle through this. You have to communicate with your higher self and battle through the 10 of Swords, this defeat and this loss. Because these swords, as they're all faced up, you see how they've got the 3 little bars there? Them are steps to get out of it, right? It's about using your intuition and that creativity to do something much different. Now, the Ace of Wands is, there's something that is really inspiring you, okay? This could be communication from somebody, but there's something that's really inspiring you to this massive awakening, to this healing, to this understanding, to knowing that there is something much deeper and much higher out there. And yes, it can be a battle. It is very challenging at times, but to overcome the 10 of Swords, to overcome this crisis, the defeat, the loss that you're feeling, you have to battle this, okay? Whether it's in the physical 3D matrix here called Earth or in the spiritual realm, you have to battle through it. It's about breaking old patterns and old conditions, right? Yeah, look, 4 of Cups coming in hot, okay? This is contemplation. A lot of you are contemplating about this battle because it's like, oh, I'm ready for it, I'm ready for it. But when it hits you and creates this conflict or the defeat or the loss, that's when you sit in contemplation. You contemplate how you're going to do this instead of taking that guidance from the spiritual guidance. What else do we need to know? Hold on, let me get this chat up. Hello, hello, Kimberly, Curtis, hello. Yes, 3 of Cups. Now, you notice how we have the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Cups? Remember when I told you I saw 7? This is 7 right here. This is about keeping the faith. Because even though you're going through this loss, even though you're feeling like you're defeated and completed and tired, here's the 3 of Cups coming in. Now, this is all about communication. This is all about community. So this is what Spirit is trying to tell you in your intuition, that they are bringing new people into your life. You have to break them old programs and conditions and battle through that and get out of that contemplation and listen to your intuition. So what do we need to know for the healing journey? Because there's the lotus flower. The lotus flower is about coming into your awakening. It's about opening up each petal to your intuition. There it is. There it is. You've got the Moon card and the Judgment right underneath the Judgment. So this is your awakening. So things are being illuminated to you that have never been illuminated to you before. These are two major arcanas coming in, right? And this is you having that understanding that things are going to be illuminated. You have to choose fear or choose the illusion. Okay? The thing is this is where you need to pick your battles spiritually. So when you're sitting there contemplating the defeat and the loss, new people are coming into your life and you're not paying attention to that, right? They bring you to a higher healing and a higher understanding. Yes, they may say things or do things that trigger you to give you that reflection, to look at yourself, to be able to build that beautiful bridge that is sturdy, strong, and deeply rooted and grounded. But it's illuminating, okay? And this is something that somebody is fearing, and this is why God and the angels are saying, don't worry, we're with you, okay? Hello, Glory. Hello, Stephanie. I'm so glad to see you, so family. The thing is things are being illuminated because for far too long during your waking, hello, Lakia, for far too long, it's like you were choosing fear, okay? Fear is what keeps you in doubt. Fear is what keeps you in worry. Fear is what keeps these illusions keep going so that you don't do the reflection to do your healing. Now, this is the sun and the moon, right? And Father is saying, the sun is the hope. The moon is the reflection. So reflect on yourself and listen to the divine communication. With the Eight of Wands, you have to listen to the communication because your intuition is telling you in order to manifest your wishes, goals, dreams, and desires, you have to crawl out. You have to find that balance, okay? You have to go and the wands, look at manifesting. You're manifesting. The wands are all about motion. Spirit is telling you, look, hold that passion, hold that vision and that desire, because all the resources that they are giving you, you're about to be blessed with something that is going to balance your life out. And all these battles, defeats, and the losses that you've been enduring and upholding, they've brought new people into your life. But you have to listen to the divine communication. Eights are all about change, right? You have to make the changes in order to manifest. So when you're looking at the Magician card, it is telling you, hey, you know, if you listen to your resources, see how the divine is all around that? Everything that you hoped for, wished for, and dreamed for is going to happen. Everything's going to come in abundant. And that's why I said, this is Father's creation. This is Father's inspiration. This is seeing your true victory and your true potential of the hard work that you're doing. Look. See? This is exactly what this message is talking about. So many live in fear because this is opinionated and hasty people. Toxic energy in your life. Get rid of it. It is not needed. They're stopping your creation and your inspiration. They're holding you back in fear because they don't want to make changes. When you see the yellow and the green, this person ain't coming from their heart space. They're coming from emotions, okay? And that's why they're so opinionated and hasty towards you, because they see that you are balancing yourself out on a spiritual level. So they're going to hold you down in that negative energy, and this come flying out right into my fingers. This is the Two of Cups. This is that duality. This is, you are attracting what you are fearing. So if you're fearing, you're doubting, you're worrying, you're hesitation, you're in these illusions, reflect on that, because that's the type of energy you're going to bring to you. Now, if you're vibrating in high energy, you're going to bring in great balance, great partnerships. You're going to attract the right-minded people, like Father told you, the friends, people in the community. And it's going to be communicated. It's going to be communicated by Spirit, because they said, listen to what is going on. What else do we have? Yeah, there it is. There it is, the wisdom and the knowledge. They are giving you the wisdom and the knowledge to understand the journey. Even though you're using, this is all about intuition too. It's saying follow your intuition. Because look, to a lot of people, you may be very, very mysterious, right? They may not understand, well, this person acts like they're hard to love, or this person doesn't want love. Don't assume. Reflect back and use that wisdom and knowledge. When people assume, what does it do? Makes them look like the donkey, right? Because here, as long as you're following your intuition, you're fighting through the battle. And when you're fighting through the battle, God and the angels are always watching over you. They're giving you to the right path that you need to be in order to get rid of that defeat and that loss. Because some of you have been trapped in this for years, possibly even decades, right? But it's time for you to climb out. It's time for you to climb out. What else do we need to know, Father? This is a beautiful message. Beautiful. I'm going to tell you, look, 88, this is a huge spiritual blessing. Huge. Because the divine is trying to communicate to you with the 8 of Pentacles. That's you coming in and making the changes, engaging in your spiritual journey. Some of you could even be getting engaged. Okay. So you could be talking about engagement or engaging in a deeper relationship because you're manifesting this. This is something that you want. But the thing is you can't get rid of this negative, toxic energy where these towers keep come crashing down on you. What you need to do, stay positive. Use these towers and use it as a vantage point for you to see, how do I battle through this? What do I need to contemplate that Spirit is telling me? The people that they just brought into my life, what are they there for? And how are they there to help me heal and get to my next level? Because the things that they say are making me reflect, right? And when they speak to me, 88, I now start to see new things popping up in my life. I get new signs and synchronicities, right? It's because you're learning how to balance yourself and climb out of that darkness of that defeat and that loss. Father is saying that not only that, but you putting in the hard work to make them changes, that is you engaging on your spiritual journey to gain that wisdom and knowledge, which brings in the right partnership. So if you're looking for love, don't look in all the wrong places. Look in your heart. Use that wisdom and that knowledge that God has given you. And no matter what these opinionated, hasty people say, no, they're the ones that are going to stay in the defeat and the loss, right? You're going to battle through that. You're going to come out. You're going to see what is truly going on. And you're going to be like, whoa, the whole time I could have changed my whole life. I could have manifested everything I wanted by getting rid of that toxic energy and no longer feeding into it. Wow. What else do we need to know? I'm telling you, that is your purpose. The temperance is all about going with the flow. It's all about being able to stay in who you are. It's about being able to gather your resources. Look at all the resources. Gather your resources. Do your healing. And these other 2 cards that fell out, look. The world is in your hand, baby. Gather all that information, because them gourds right there, that's about gathering the information to your journey, understanding your journey so that you can take leadership and climb them mountains, so you can move them mountains, because so many people didn't believe in you, but the higher power did. The higher power and the people that he brought into your life, they believe in you. They see what you're doing. They know that when it comes to the temperance, it's like, these are good influences. These are not people that are sitting here keeping you in the darkness, keeping you in the fear, keeping you isolated. No, These people right here are the ones that you want on your side because they're confident. They do things in moderation. They're good influences. It's like they always keep you up in that positive energy to gather the right information so that you can be on your journey and be where you're supposed to be. Because not a lot of people have the strength to battle through this, right? So many people give up. But to be that true leadership, you need to take charge. Because the stags are all about leadership. And look at the two mountains. You've been in the valley of the shadow of death for far too long. Stop letting them defeat you with their nasty negativity. It's time to do the healing. It's time to rise above. It's time to use your wisdom and knowledge that you are being divinely guided to use so that you can have the best of the best, so that you can manifest everything that you need, everything that you want. What else, Father? Speak to us, because I see new beginnings. Yep, absolutely. Look, new beginning. The Fool card. So many people tried to fool you. Look, and there's the Hermit. There's new beginnings coming to the horizon. There's that Stag. The Wands are all about, taking that motion forward. But the Blue Cloak, that is your fifth chakra. That is all about communication. See, this spread is completely saying it all, but you're about to have a new beginning. You're about to have a new beginning. What else do we need to know, Father? Because he's asking me to pull an animal spirit card as well. But there it is. This is the sword of truth. This is you seeing that you're gathering up all of these things that have been happening to you. You're starting to understand the pattern, because the thing is you have to look at it. So if you have somebody in your life who is negative and you walk away from that person, but you don't raise your vibration, you don't do the healing, that next person that comes into your life has that same energy, because that's what you're vibrating on. So you're pulling in more of that toxic negative energy that is going to defeat you. It's going to complete you. It's going to wipe you out. So in order to have that new beginning, here comes the truth. This is you standing in your power. This is you getting clarity. This is you having victory. This is you seeing your own true potential to gather the information, to be on your awakening. This is all about the awakening right here. It's about having that awakening. What is meant for you is meant for you. Nobody else can take it. It's, are you learning your spiritual journey to move forward? Because so many people say they're doing their healing, but every day, either knowingly or unknowingly, they sin. That's why you feel your life is in a crisis. That's why you feel these losses, because the higher power, the universe, the divine, the creator, God, however you resonate, he says, keep making the wrong choices. And guess what? You're going to keep feeling this. The only way to battle through that is rise above that, have your new beginning, get the clarity, see your own true potential on your journey, because this is your purpose. This is your purpose. You're not meant to stay stuck down. You're not meant to stay in poverty. You're not meant to stay in this destructive mode. You're meant to take all them broken bricks throughout your whole life and take them bricks and build that stable tower so that you can use it as a vantage point. So you can see on that new beginning, look, that new beginning, you can see from that vantage point what's coming at you. How do you spiritually battle through it? How do you spiritually get the clarity? How do you spiritually reflect on it to do the healing? How do you put in the hard work? How do you make the changes so that you can have them spiritual blessings with the angel number 88? Okay, so it's you putting in the hard work. It's you doing the work. Yes, see, if you're stopping yourself, sweetheart, you need to raise your vibration, okay? And the reason why I say raise your vibration is because if you're not feeling good about yourself, if you're not feeling confident, if you don't love yourself enough, you're your own stopper. So that means you need to trust in the higher power and know that you will balance everything out. We do not know the mystery, what lies behind the fog, right? The thing is you can only stop yourself for so long before a spirit says, okay, now I'm going to give you a nudge. And they nudge you and they keep giving you that same lesson over and over and over again, where that battle gets harder and harder. So each time it happens, that situation with just different people, places, times, and so being gets harder and harder. And that's what makes you contemplate, because you're like, okay, well, I've already gone through it with this person, but then I exit that person out, but you didn't close that cycle out properly on your spiritual journey. So then you go into contemplation of what do I need to do differently? So spirit brings in another person right here, another person, just, it's the same situation, just a different person. Are you learning the lesson? Are you learning the lesson? Are you doing the healing? Because if you're not, that's where the battle comes. That's where it's going to keep you in contemplation and stop your new beginning, to where you're always feeling that loss and that defeat, because it's now becoming a crisis. And that crisis is you're not listening to the divine communication. The people that Father brings into your life, them partnerships right here, people within the community, partnerships, friendships, whatever it may be, if you're not heeding the advice on a spiritual level and using that wisdom and knowledge that Father keeps nudging you to, you have to close out the cycles of people in your life. You know, like people will come in, they'll be there for you, they'll say they care, everything else, and then their mask falls away, right? That's that opinionated and hasty people that don't want to see you elevate, that don't want to see you ascend to that higher level, to where you're supposed to be. And this is where, on your purpose, you are supposed to be gathering that type of information in the people that you surround. Are they vibrating on lower energy or higher energy? So let's get an animal spirit card. Okay, animal spirit card. Let's find out, what does spirit want us to know? Wow. Crazy. So we got 3 of them that came out. That's spirit's communication right there. That is the synchronicity. 1, you got the cosmic egg. Okay, this is an infinite awakening. So some of you have been awakened so fast that you really don't know what to expect or how to go about it. But this is like a glimpse to like having a flashback of what's going on. This is very unique because you see the snake. Okay, so there are many, many snakes in there trying to cosmetically keep you unbalanced, not deeply rooted and grounded, block your communication, block your heart, and keep you all in these emotions right here. When you have the gazelle, this is a fire card, okay? And the gazelle is all about heightened awareness. This is all about your vulnerability. It's like, thank you, Spirit. Yes, because what it's saying is the divine is blessing you, but these opinionated, hasty people are coming in and trying to take your balance away. They're trying to take the things away from you because they want you to be vulnerable. Why is that? Because they know you're afraid to go and dive deep. They know you're afraid to dive deep because this is a water sign, right? And the whale is basically, I just keep hearing profound peace, wisdom. So the thing is you are very wise. You are very wise. You want that peace in your life. But spiritually, the communication is you haven't had that. And why is that? Because you've got too many negative energies in your circle. It's time, it's like cultivating your garden. It's time to weed out them negative people. Okay? It's a battle. It's heartbreaking, but in order for you to have a new beginning, you have to take them negative energies, cultivate it, and get them out. Get them out. You have to rise to a higher level. What else do you want to say, Spirit? What else? Fire ants. Woo-wee. Look at that. They're taking your groundedness and putting you in emotional turmoil and blocking you in completely. Blocking you in completely. Wow. I just keep hearing, it's like aggressiveness. It's like these people are so aggressive in stopping you of who you are and what you're meant to do that it became emotional turmoil. So a lot of you could be facing depression right now, anxiety. You know, you could be facing that fear as we spoke at the beginning of this. And it's because of these opinionated, hasty people. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you achieve. They don't want to see you manifest everything that is meant for you, that the divine is ready to bless you with. Because right here, they're aggressive at making you fear of what's coming next. This is basically like, I just heard, they want you to follow the leader, meaning they want to lead you and keep you in that darkness, keep you in that negative space, keep you being negative towards other people, negative to yourself. No, that's not what it's meant to do. This journey is not meant for that. It's too many people are stuck in that non-awakening. Look at that. The phoenix, rise through the ashes, baby. It's time to rise up. Rise up. This is the divine. Look at that phoenix. Be deeply rooted and grounded. Balance them emotions. Do not allow these people to overcome and take over you. Do not allow these people, because this is all coming in as your first chakra of being deeply rooted and grounded. But it's being able to rise through the ashes of that past karma, that past defeat, that past loss. It is time to rise up. And this is spirit right here. It's time to rise up. Because for far too long, these people had you captive and you didn't get to move very far, which kept you in a lot of depression, anxiety, contemplating, is this is what my life's supposed to be? No. No, soul family, it's not. No, rise up. Time to move forward. Do not allow these people to steal your peace, your harmony. Do not. Look, because the divine's saying, if you grow, I will bless you. This card, the Six of Pentacles, is all about growth, okay? It's all about the divine being generous to you. It's all about the divine saying, I'm going to give you everything that your heart desires, everything that you've wanted to manifest. I'm about to give that to you, but you have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to listen. Use your intuition. And that's what you're going to get, baby. Completion right there. This is pure happiness, but this card right here is mean being in alignment. Get out of that depression and that anxiety with the Nine of Swords. Nines, okay, so when they show me 9-9, this is ending. Hold on. And beginning. So you need to put an ending to them depressed states, to that low vibrational energy. You need to rise up like the phoenix here. Rise up. Have that new beginning. Because everything that you hope for, wish for, and dream for is coming. It's coming. And I'm hearing, as soon as you change the energy, as soon as you come out of that anxiety from that conflict, defeat, and that loss, the things that you've lost and everything, you win the battle. Because you rising up is something they don't want to see you do. That's why they are so opinionated and hasty towards it. That's right. So Soul Family, here tonight, I want to send all love and prayers to all of you. If you're going through everything that we just talked about in this message, or some resonates with you and some don't, come on, Soul Family, it's time to rise up. It's time to be deeply rooted and grounded. 2025 is the year to survive. Survive through using your intuition, that beautiful knowledge and wisdom that you have. Don't let these opinionated and hasty people stop you from the partnerships that come into your life. Don't let them stop your 10 of Cups, that abundance, that putting a completion to something gives you all these blessings. That's how blessings come about. That's how you manifest blessings. Do your healing. Close out these cycles on a proper note. Don't just walk away and be opinionated and hasty towards that person, or play the shame blame game and point fingers. No, that's not how you close the cycle out. You need to know your own potential. By doing that, reflect on the situation. What situation throughout all them people, all the people who betrayed you, broke your trust, hurt you, hurt your feelings, stole from you, lied to you, all them negative things. Reflect back. What is the common denominator in all of that? Because that's your energy of where you're vibrating that is allowing these people to come in and be opinionated and hasty. Because you need to rise above. You need to rise above. Thank you, Father. Yes, look, the burdens. The burdens. Father says, put it to rest. Walk away from these people because they're creating this. Every time that you get higher up that mountain, they want to see you fall. But it's time to use this as your vantage point. This is just confirmation, because the Nine of Cups is things coming into fruition. This is you having that comfort and that satisfaction that you are moving up, you are moving forward, you are doing the healing, and you're listening to the messages. You're listening to that inspiration that lifts you up. You're using that wisdom and knowledge to give you everything that you want. Beautiful, beautiful message. Let's get one more, and then thank you, Angel. Yes, I greatly appreciate you. Look, we got the crow. We got the crow, baby. So this is the message that's coming through, right? This is the message that's coming through. Spiritually, you are strong. Spiritually, you are watchful. Spiritually, you are mindful. Spiritually, you have that knowledge and that wisdom and that intuition. It's time to use it. Spirit is giving you the message. Don't look at them tower moments and see them as all these defeats and these losses and the crisis in your life. Find the common denominator of why they kept happening. What cycle did you not close out? What did you not heal about you? Use your intuition. Do your healing. Because I'm telling you, when you do the healing, you're going to see the windows of heaven open, and it's going to rain that manna of blessings on you. You're going to say, oh, well, I know my potential now. I know that I'm emotionally balanced. I'm independent. And you're going to see things on a very healed level, right? When you do that, it's going to inspire you to communicate and use your testimony of, I got through this because I changed what that stinking thinking was doing to me. I changed it. I reflected. And now I see why them towers kept happening. Because I kept making the wrong choices. I kept making the same mistake. I didn't close that cycle out. Now I know to close them out properly. And I'm getting the messages that are well balanced. Okay? And that sort of truth, it's going to come out, and it's going to show you that no matter what these opinionated, hasty people do, you don't give them no energy of yours. You know your worth. You know your potential. Do not allow them in your energy. If they can't respect who you are, see your worth, know your value, they're meant to fall out of your life. They're meant to fall out of your life and walk away. Where's the Eight of Cups? I know it was in here. Hold on, let me find it. There it is. Walk away from them. Because when you walk away, look, you see these 5 cups down here? 5 is all about the adversity. They had it lined up to create this adversity in your life. The Two of Cups, which we had the Two of Cups out here, right here, which has wrecked partnerships, you know, relationships, friendships. But that Ace of Cups, that's you seeing your own potential. That's you being able to rebuild everything that they've been trying to tear down. And when you look at it, how many cups is that? 6 of Cups? Let me find the 6 of Cups. Or the 6 of Pentacles. Right here. Spirit is going to bless you because of that growth. Now, 6-6 in angel numerology means pay attention. There's a huge shift that is coming. That paradigm shift is going to be so huge that it's like you moving mountains in your life. You're going to be like, whoa, how did that happen? Because you walked away from them people that wanted to keep pulling you down because you now see your value. You're now using that tower as a vantage point to look out and scout out. Okay, I feel something not so right about this, or this energy has characteristics from that old energy, right? That old energy that every time I collaborated with them, that lightning, it gave me an epiphany because every time they came around, I lost something. I felt defeated, depleted, depressed, anxiety. That's because they're not meant to be in your life. They were only there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and it's up to you to figure out what it was and then walk away. Because this crescent moon right here, that's all about that new beginning. And we have that new beginning showing right here. So family, I'm telling you, keep doing the healing. Keep doing the healing. So I greatly appreciate all my soul family. That is your message for tonight. Like I said, I'm going to be back on. I've been going through a lot of things. As most of you know, I had a surgery on my arm, on my wrist. I have a lot going on, but I'm still standing strong. So just know that you can get through them, right? Nothing can hold you down. Nothing can hold you down. And if you're looking for love, don't go chasing it. But don't run away from it either. You have to love yourself enough to see your potential. You have to love yourself enough to say, I am worthy and deserving of all of this. I want to see it in the comments right now with a red heart and say, I am deserving. And I'm open to receive it. Because if you put it out there to the universe, you betcha the universe is going to bring it to you. Raise your vibration. Be that phoenix. Rise above. Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to allow everybody to ask one question, and then I'm going to get off of here for tonight. And I will come on tomorrow with the full schedule. We have new things coming up. A lot of my soul family that has been with me knows that I've been doing a lot of teaching on the spiritual journey, how to close out them cycles properly so that when you ask for something, within anywhere from a minute to 30 minutes, it's right there in front of you, right? A lot of people don't believe it, but the people that have been around me see how quickly and abundant it comes because I know my purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Yes, yes, that's right. So family, I am deserving and I receive it. Yes, absolutely. All right, let me get these picked up and then I will answer a question. You know, like I said, and it's only going to be one question, one answer, because this was only supposed to be a short live. And then tomorrow we're going to have open questions where you can ask anything on your spiritual journey and I will help you to the best of my knowledge. I don't know everything, but I believe that we are equal as soul family. to help each other grow, to inspire, to rise each other up. You know, look for the blessings, be the blessing, use your testimonies. So let me get this away and we'll proceed. Oh, hold on. I didn't want to go on there. What is... Ooh, somebody's holding back. Somebody is trying to hold back. Well, don't hold back. Fear is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. Fear nothing. All right, so... Glory, what I'm hearing is that they are going to postpone the jail time where he will get a fine, but I'm hearing that he won't go to jail. Yes, Stephanie, I will definitely pull a card for you. Hold on, let me clear the energy on it. What do we need to know for Stephanie, Father? What do we need to know for Stephanie? What do we need to know? Ooh. Oh. Okay, so Stephanie, you are welcome, Glory. Stephanie, I'm feeling that there is some stuck energy because you're going through a transition right now. You've been dealing with a lot of anxiety here lately. That's creating a burden for you. So I need you to bring things to calmer waters and just know that you will get through it, sweetheart. And your partner is coming. So just know that you have a partnership that is coming. And that partner is going to be totally different from what you've ever dealt with. Absolutely, sweetheart. Spirit is on it always. Let's see. Okay, Lukia, this is for you, sweetheart. Oh. Lukia, what I'm getting for you, sweetheart, is you're both kind of like talking amongst people. There's nothing like as committed. The thing is, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, there's something on your destiny that you have to fix here. You're caught in kind of like a web because the energies that you've been pulling in here lately, it's like they have this player energy, or they come talking to you, but they're also talking to somebody else. So just know you get into a tangled mess, and it creates this very hasty, opinionated way about men. Not all men are the same, sweetheart. Not all men are the same. Some are deeply rooted and grounded. Ooh, did you see how the deck split? Look. So I got to peek at each one of them cards for you. Yes. Okay, it's an addiction. In partnerships. For things to come to fruition. You need to stay strong. And know that things will be fixed. You have to love yourself, sweetheart. Father is saying, love yourself. Okay? It's not about looking for that perfect person. It's about you becoming and creating that best version of you, and that better person is going to just fall in your lap. Because you've been dealing with a lot of player energy lately. You need to heal from that energy, sweetheart. Angel, what's my goal in my life? Well, my goal is to help people rise to their best version of themselves, to help them on, look, I said rise and it's climbing up. That's right, rise above. I am helping them break old programs and conditions. My goal is to make sure that every one of our soul tribe family members are standing in their power, being the best that they can be. justice coming through, balancing themselves, walking on their divine path correctly, and seeing their own potential, being victorious, standing in their power, and not letting anybody crush them. That's my goal. That's my goal. All right, let's see. Yes, stay strong. And you know, here's another thing too. So with the star card, this is a renewal, okay? So somebody is getting a renewal with a divine masculine. So if you've been battling back and forth with your so-called person, just know each day that you heal yourself, they heal their self. And if it's meant to be, that's where the reason, season, or a lifetime comes in, is because if it's meant to be, you do the healing. It allows them energetically to see that you've risen above, and that makes them want to rise up to be equal. And that's where you have a better partnership. That's where you get rid of all that little nonsense of the shame, blame, pointing fingers, drama. That's where you gather the correct information to follow the North Node, to move forward. Look, move forward and manifest. Manifest everything that your heart desires. And be that leader. That's right. Stay strong. Stay strong. Let's see. Hello, Miss Deja. Yes, Glory. And the thing is there's nothing wrong about being single. People will say, well, why are you single? You're so beautiful, but you're single. The thing is you're nurturing yourself. You're not juggling relationships. You're seeing that loyalty, that dedication, that commitment. You're gathering the information in order to see the beauty in yourself and put things to rest, because it's time to renew yourself. Break them old programs and conditions, because a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you've been by yourself. Like me, this July, it'll be 10 years. But the thing is, in that 10 years, you know how many people that I have helped in order to uplift and come into their spiritual awakening? Because there's no vibrating man that has come in who can handle a challenge, who can handle an emotionally balanced person, one who is not there for the drama, one who is independently strong on their own and co-create and all that stuff too. A lot get intimidated. Yes. Yes. Thank our Father. Yes. And thank all of our soul family. Absolutely, Stephanie. That's the thing. If he is meant for you, by you doing that healing, sweetheart, by you rising your energy, raising that energy and becoming positive and just totally focusing on you, do what you like to do. If he's meant for you, he's going to rise up too, and he's going to come back, and your relationship's going to be so much stronger than what it was. Yeah, and if you're dealing with your twin flame, the thing is if they have some dark nights of the shadow that they're still dealing with, some hurt and some pain, defeats, losses, whatever it may be, if they're still going through that energetic bounce back and forth is going to go on until you both come into alignment. So you have to be able to heal that. You need to be able to talk about them hurts and them pains. You need to be able to release that. That's going to be the best for you and your twin. Lakia, you said, I think every woman attracts player energy. Absolutely, because every one of us, including myself, we have been at low vibrating energies, whether it's from childhood trauma, abandonment issues, depression, anxiety, hurt, abuse, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, whatever it may be. We all tend to have that gravitation towards player energy. Why is that? Because we're vibrating so low that them energies come at us. And that's all that comes at us until we rise above, right? Till we start doing the healing. And that's when you notice that you no longer have these boys in men's body coming at you. You have real, rare men coming at you that are true divine masculines. Because the thing is a true divine masculine or a true divine counterpartner, which is your twin flame, they will never hurt you. They will never call you out of your name. That's how you know if it's your true twin. Okay? So make sure, if you say it's your twin, make sure. Because if that person is belittling you, cutting you down, slandering you, manipulating, lying, doing all them things, that's not what a twin does. A twin loves you for who you are. A twin flame loves you for who you are, not what you have, but how much you make them feel completely different than all these other people made them feel by being true, by being consistent, by being loyal, dedicated, devoted, loving unconditionally, not putting any expectations on them, letting them be them. Yes, Stephanie, the thing is when you surrender it to God and be okay with that choice for right then and there, God will tell you, okay, it's not over between you and him, because that's what I keep getting right now. It's not over, but there is significant healing that needs to be done. It's got to stop this back and forth, okay? Accusing and blaming. That back and forth has got to stop. That's what Father is saying. Yes, beautiful. But absolutely, a twin flame will never, ever hurt you intentionally or try to destroy you or make you feel this big. No, your twin flame is a divine counterpartner that is ordained for you, because there's so many things. Like, how do I explain this? So I had this interaction with helping somebody, and they didn't know if it was their twin flame. But Father kept showing me that's their twin, that's their counterpartner, that's the other half of their soul when they came to this 3D earth, right? And they kept saying, oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. But this man, and I call him a man because he was not a boy in a man's body. He was an actual man that wanted to give everything and do everything and just build and co-create and just make everything be equal. But the woman was not faithful to him. She kept going behind his back and, messaging other people and talking to other people and then trying to put the blame off and saying that he's doing it. No, you can't do that. She had to do the healing and stop doing that in order for it to come together. Now, I'm telling you, they have a much better relationship. There's much more trust. There's that security. They don't have to worry about who's doing what or, who's going behind whose back. You don't do that. You don't do that. So, but that is it for tonight. 53 on there. That's 88 coming in with the angel numerology synchronicity. That is Spirit's way of saying, look, there is a massive, neutral, spiritual blessing coming in. Tomorrow's the full moon too. So you are very welcome, sweetheart. And I will be back on tomorrow. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure that you're commenting down there, like, share, subscribe. Let's get more of our soul family out there, because we are here to help each other rise up and become our best version of ourselves and to have the best of the best. We're tired of being at this low vibrational energy, right? We need to get up there where everybody of our soul family is rising and positive and just seeing the lessons that are coming in, because there is no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And it's time to use your discernment. Amen. Amen. Yes, Glory. Activate it. Activate the synchronicity 88. Yes, we are tired, but you know what? As mothers, as fathers, we don't give up. We may fall down, we may bruise our knees, we may scrape our knees, break our wrists, whatever it is, but get back up. It's time to get back up, and it's time to fix it. It's time to rise up, and let's get the best of the best for all of our soul family, because I am thankful for what Father does for me on a daily basis. The people that he's put in my life, seeing them rise above, going from having nothing to homeless, with whether they have children or not, but seeing them being able to rise up and have these blessings just flow in their life, that's what makes me happy. I'm not about material or monetary things. I want to see my soul family rise up. 10:10 on the clock. That's God and the angels coming through. Hallelujah to Father. So keep going. Stay strong. Head up, shoulders back. Keep persevering forward. We're going to get through this rough time. I promise you that. All right. I love you, soul family. And I will see you tomorrow. I've got so much in store for you guys, and you're going to be able to actively join in. So stay tuned. It's coming to you tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday, which is Saturn Day. Saturn is my ruling planet, which is all about discipline, because us Cappies, we are very disciplined. We are goal oriented. We are driven, and we want the best of the best for people. And that's what we're going to do, is keep rising our family up. Nobody shall fall. Nobody shall fail, because failure, that's not an option. So many people take failure and put it in a negative aspect. I want you to remember, we all have failures, right? Because we're finding answers in learning, understanding real evolution. That's what we're doing, soul family. High five. Boom. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. I missed you all. Mwah. It's glad to be back. And stay posted, because we've got some new, and this, I'm talking new. It's going to blow out of the waters. You're going to be singing Wade on the Water as soon as we're doing this, because this is showing you what God is bringing to you. So raise that energy, because I need you there, soul family. We are a tribe. We will survive. Love you. Good night. Peace.